always been a defender of oppressed people everywhere, whether it's a poor and oppressed person in this country or Muslim people who are under attack all over the world, in Afghanistan, Iraq, in Palestine, other areas in the Middle East, and right here at home. And we know that she has been placed in prison for a long, long time, an unjust prison sentence. This is a woman who's been battling cancer, who's in her 70s, but her fighting spirit is felt right here in this room and in other places around the country and around the world. And we're very, very honored and happy to have with us today the longtime spouse and partner of Lynn Stewart, and that's Brother Ralph Poynter, who is an activist in his own right, and he's here to bring revolutionary greetings from our sister Lynn Stewart. So let's welcome Ralph Poynter.
Yeah, free Lynn Stewart. I'm for that. Free Lynn Stewart. 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 Thank you so much, and I will look forward to describing this meeting to Lynn, when hopefully I will be able to see her Monday. Now, she sends revolutionary greetings and much, much thanks and love for the support she has received from groups around the country. And people ask me, well, how is she? Well, she was very ill for a while, and presently she's fighting a 90-day suspension of phone and email privileges. She cannot call her attorneys. Coming out of an event where, partially due to the misdiagnosis and the arrogance of the prison system, where they changed her medicine, she ended up going back and forth to the hospital. Now, the third time she went to the hospital, her cellmate called me to say, you know, Lynn went to the hospital this morning. She wasn't feeling well, and she's not back yet. So I sounded the alarm. I called everyone. I called the lawyers. I called my daughter, our daughter, who's a doctor on her own, and I says, you know, I think they're looking to kill her. Where else but in a hospital? Well, people went into action, and she got a phone call through to my daughter, and gave her a list of medicine that the prisons said because of patient rights, they couldn't tell our daughter, who had been helping her with the doctor who had been helping her with the medicine before she went into the prison and knew all about it. This society that uses your prison record or your medical records to refuse insurance, who gives medical records to everyone, refused to give the medical records to our daughter. Well, since then, that has been resolved, and our daughter told her which medicines never to take because she had a negative reaction. Now, as to how is Lynn? Well, there's a routine. When I see Lynn, the first thing she says is, did you get done the things that I wrote and sent out for you to do? And the second question she asked is, what are you and your group doing for Mumia? Because he's in a perilous situation. Never mind me, take care of Mumia. So I said to her, well, we've made pledges and we have plans, and she stopped me. And she says, pledges and plans? You're not listening. Mumia is in more trouble than all of us, so you don't make pledges, you do the pledge. You don't not make plans, but you get involved with the plans. The next time you come here, I want to know what you did about these pledges. So now I previously, in our organization, and Betty's standing there, and Sadiq was around, and he says, we have a problem. So I says, well, I pledged $400. And since I spoke that to Lynn, she says, do it. So Sadiq, Pam, come up here and get this $400 so I can get that off my mind. count it and count it twice, make sure I don't short you, because I've been low on funds. You know, Lynn and I are begging, you know, like people to support us, and people do support us. So make sure that is the 400, so I can go back and tell Lynn I took care of the pledge.
Okay.
And count it, make sure it's there. Now, we have other plans to support Mumia, and as Lynn says, more important than her case is Mumia's case, because they are looking, surely, to kill him. And we must get all of those people.
320.
I told you I was short.
You get it later?
No, not later. I'm going to tell Lynn, we took care of our pledge.
Oh, right.
And our plans for Mumia are not to be discussed, but we must work on them, and we are working on them now. And I will also report to her that I'm going to try to stay out of jail while working on my plans to free Mumia, because we don't need two people in jail from the same family. But when I think of other families, yeah, I've been there. I've been reminded. And one of the things she says to me, I was strong when you were in, now you be strong while I'm in. And I tried to follow your orders while you were in, follow my orders while I'm in. And I was thinking of Kaze Tori, he and his brothers serving life for supposedly killing a police officer. He also spent, I think it was 13 years, on the same type of situation. So it is not beyond people to do what must be done to protect our community, our families, and our children. So we must never put all of these plans off of the drawing board. So with that, I say I'm working on fulfilling my pledges and plans for the #1 political prisoner in America. Not that he's more important as a human being than other people, but he represents something. As Lynn says, he represents her interest and the interest of all of the other political prisoners. His stance where they have denied him law is, what would you say, a diagram for denying people law. And as I say to Lynn jokingly, there in every canon of law, there is the Mumia exception. And what I'm afraid of is as we go along with her case, there's going to be the Lynn Stewart exception. I don't look forward to that, but I look forward to beating the government and all of those Obama supporters, those Democrats, into the ground with the question of Mumia Abu Jamal. And I think we must all do that. And if we can beat our so-called people into the ground, maybe we can have almost the same success as the Puerto Rican movement did in getting their political prisoners out. Free Mumia, free him now, and I'm going to take a good report, and I hope other people who have opportunity to write to Lynn say, hey, Ralph's doing his job out there.